Hey guys, what's happening? How you doing? It is Lindsay and Anthony with Stacked Up Fitness, and we are here on our coffee talk. And it's a really special edition coffee talk because it's June 2nd. It's really the beginning of this month, and like any new month, we want to make sure that you guys are all really jump starting your month ready to go. And we're excited because of why. Why are we excited, Miss Linz?
We have a 20-day stacked up challenge, the first ever. And let me tell you guys, this challenge that we are publishing has been a year in the making. We've been doing this and planning this for over a year, and seems like every couple months it gets better and better, and we finally have published the first one.
Yeah.
And we hope there's many more to come, and every time we'll get better, but we're super excited to release the first one and to take you guys through this with us, because we will actually be doing the 20-day challenge as well. And we keep telling each other, like, man, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. And we're really excited to be able to use what we've created to get our life back in gear. Because the 28-day challenge, what it is, it's really I don't want to say jumpstart. It is a jumpstart, but we all go through life and we're really consistent, great, and then life gets in the way and it's chaotic, like the coronavirus. So what the 28-day challenge is, we created it to give you a reset. It's a clarity tool to get back on track from, the chaotic life that we get thrown at us sometimes. So it's a refresh. It's to remotivate you and just give you 28 days of clarity and practice.
Consistency, commitment, and accountability.
Exactly.
Right.
To get you back on track. And you can use this anytime. So this is something that we encourage you to do every month if it really works for you, or, when you're feeling like you need to get back on the horse and get back into the routine. So 28 days is really focusing on you and how to be the best you in fitness, fuel, and life.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would even kind of stop you almost right there, because I know it's been a year in the making for both of us doing it. I mean, I remember the days where we spent kind of taking weekends and going into different rooms and playing around with ideas. But I would actually say, Lindsay and I, in this very strange world that we live in, I think have been working on this for years, individually, and we have our own ideas and thoughts. And it really wasn't until, we got together last year that we kind of brainstormed on how not only like the stacked up snacks and that philosophy and the mindset.
Which used to be power back snacks.
Yeah, which used to be power back snacks. Yeah. And I had this thing called stacked up, meaning like programs that you would just stack up, but then we kind of blended it all together on how to make this comprehensive package for members to focus on your fitness, fuel, and life. Because a lot of times we get so tunnel vision, if you would, to only think that fitness is what's going to get us there, or okay, if it's not fitness, then it's going to be nutrition, and abs are made in the kitchen, so we focus only on nutrition and we forget about our fitness. And then we realize, like, wow, it's like our life is what gets in the way of why we eat when we probably shouldn't, or why we work out so much and yet we don't see results. And it's like the emotions and the life habits that we've created that dictate the decisions we make. So when you blend it all together, fitness, fuel, and life, that's kind of where stacked up and leveling up your life kind of came together. And with the 28-day challenge, it kind of, well, no, it's not. It encompasses all three pieces. And really, the stacked up fitness as a whole was created really where we can start building the strategic fitness and lifestyle plan, right, for sustainable results, which, there's so many programs out there,
right,
but they seem like they miss the point. And that's why we really created this method that allows us to adapt to change, allows us to use really this unique way of establishing really new habits, new tasks, pro tips.
But thinking outside the box of things that you wouldn't think to do
Hmm.
to help make you a better you.
Yeah.
In this 28-day challenge, we have pro tips every day for nutrition and
Hmm.
fitness and life, but some of the life tips you wouldn't even think to how it correlates to a happy and healthy life. Practicing gratitude and being positive and giving back to others, complimenting people,
Getting away from social media, yet at the same time being
connecting.
connecting.
Yeah.
And you came up with something that was so impressive. And this is why like mine, like mastermind groups work so well, and why we want to build this community for the 28 days, right? And build people to come together to communicate and talk, because it's when people come together with like-minded thoughts and ideas and practices that we create this whole new vision. And Lindsay straight up was just sitting there one day and she's like, wow, Anthony, the 4 R's. This is how the 4 R's need to be. And I was like, what are you talking about with the 4 R's? How does this incorporate 4 R's into a 28-day challenge? And she's like, no, listen. And what was it?
So, you know, and I have to give you credit because I never thought about the assess and reassess. So, if you ever worked with Anthony, he's all about assessing how the week went and then reassessing what you need to do to make the next week better. So, that concept has completely changed the way I looked at my health and fitness. And so the concept of stacked up is reflecting on your past week, what went well, what didn't go well, and then reassessing and changing what needs to happen, what needs to happen the next week to make it better. So I'm like, how can I create this like reflect? And then I obviously Googled some synonyms for well, the word is revise. I forget which word I looked up, and I was like, yes, revise. So I got reflect, revise, and then repeat what you did in the previous week that worked well. And then I do have to give credit to my mother who came up with the fourth R, which is results. So those are the 4 R's. So we reflect on the past week to see what went well and what didn't go well.
Mhm.
We revise the things that we want to make better. We repeat the things that went well, and we're going to do again to continue to see results.
Yeah. So those are the 4 R's, which
Yep.
is really pretty amazing. That's like, so when we talk about like the 28 days and this 4x6, if you would, is what we're officially calling it. The four is the 4 R's, right?
Yeah.
And every week it's all about making sure that you are reflecting and revising and repeating all the positive things that you did. And if there was a negative there, guess what you do with the negative? You get rid of it, right? You reflect on what didn't go well. And so you got to just like move on and get rid of that. And Bruce Lee even said it too, right? Use what's useful, get rid of what's useless. And that's kind of what we want us to do over the course of the 28 days. And what's amazing is when we took those 4 R's, right? Reflect, revise, repeat what works, and then get the results, because it's almost inevitable at that point. We said, well, what do you have to reflect on? What do you have to revise? What are those things? And we said, yeah, fitness, fuel, and life. But no, dig deeper, right? We kept on like pulling and pulling and pulling. How do we get deeper? How do we get it going?
What gives you
And
fulfillment
then
and
boom,
happiness?
right? Because it's not about being happy, right? We talk about how we want to shoot to be happy and healthy. Well, what does being happy mean? And we discussed about how happiness is really fleeting. It's only a feeling and it fades away. You've ever gone on vacation, you get so pumped up about it, you're so happy, and then when it's done, you're like, oh, I'm sad. Or my analogy, which I tell you all the time, is about the ice cream cone, right? You have an ice cream cone, you're so happy to have ice cream, but if it falls on the ground, you went from being happy to sad very quickly, because happy is just a feeling. And even in the Declaration of Independence, it goes the pursuit of happiness, which is a very interesting statement, the pursuit of it, right? Do we ever really get to that happy? Because happy is a feeling. So what is it? Fulfillment, right? It's the fulfillment of life that makes you feel amazing, makes you feel like there's something worth living.
Yeah, and I think that fulfillment makes you chase happiness, and like chasing the happiness is part of the fulfillment piece of it.
Yeah, do something that makes you feel fulfilled. Say giving back to people, or doing something for charity. All of a sudden, you feel this fulfillment filling up your heart, and you're smiling. You're happy. You're helping other people. And so we look at that and go, all right, well, if you're reflecting, revising, repeating, and getting results, well, what does it have to look at to get fulfillment? And we look at the 6 needs of fulfillment, right? The 6 needs of life's fulfillment. And those are a list of categories that we're like, that's what we need to follow.
Yeah.
And what are those?
So there's 6 of them. There's routine, there's variety. Do you want me to go through like what each one is, or?
Well, yeah, I mean, let's sound
Yeah.
all 6 real quick. Like,
Okay. So yeah, so it's routine, variety, self-worth, community, personal development, and gratitude.
Yeah. So really, when it comes to that routine, is what do you do every day that you get up, and whether you know it or not, you're doing it. Like, we have coffee every morning. We
Mhm.
wake up.
And it's like pure bliss.
Yeah, it's just how you do it. I know
It's the
for me,
comfortability of being certain that
Yeah.
that's going to happen.
one of my routines is I hit my snooze button at least twice, and then I reflect on how my
So
day is going to go.
annoying.
It's so annoying. But then I go into reflection mode to say, all right, how is my day going to go? And I'm in this like uh, kind of still sleeping mode, but I kind of get my day. I set my intentions while getting up in the morning. That's kind of like my routine, right? So it's the things that you do without even questioning it, just happens. One for Lindsay, oatmeal. Routine doesn't matter. I can't even make it for her, because if I make it for her, it throws her off her routine. And it's like, I can set it all up for her, get the oatmeal, get the bowl, but do not make it. Because if I do, I throw her all off. That's what routine's all about. What are some of your routines, both good and bad? Then there's variety.
So if something is always routine and consistent, it gets kind of boring, right? So you need to have variety and spontaneity in your life. And something like, you know, calling a friend, or doing something that you weren't expecting, but you just spontaneously decided to do it. Going on a trip. Anthony said, we're going on a trip this weekend because we've been doing the same thing every single day and we need to get out of here. So making sure in your relationship, you're spicing things up and you're keeping it fresh. So that's variety.
Yep. Third one is really self-worth, or really significance. We want to feel like whatever we're doing makes us feel significant, makes us feel like what we're doing means something, right? Whether it means something to your family, whether it means something to you, whether it means something to your friends. I mean, imagine doing something that was meaningless. Like, you wouldn't even do it. Like, it just wouldn't make sense to do something that doesn't make sense or doesn't have any desired outcome for you. And what you'll realize is that nothing that doesn't have a self-worth or significance to it, you're not going to get done. It makes no sense to do it. Why do something that doesn't have a end result for your end gain? So that's self-worth and significance. And that can come into, hey, can I make you feel significant today? Can I help Lindsay out with doing things? That's going to make me feel great, right?
Yeah.
And then it really goes into really the fourth part, which is really, can you connect? Can you build that community? Can you bring people together in
With
a
commonality and feel
yeah.
a connection with others? We can't live without connection with others. And it's really important that you have a community of support from your friends, your family, your coaches, your gym buddies, and you can have that commonality between people to connect and express, your common goals and worries. And
yeah, because I think what you will find too, and what we're going to challenge us all to do over the next 28 days, is we're not that different. We have the same issues. They're all relative to us. We all have problems. We all have these insecurities and these fears. And if we were able to express those with people in an open conversation, without the fear of ridicule or humor, what you're going to find is that we're all saying the same thing. And so when you can build that community of people with like-minded ideologies and thoughts, all of a sudden you go, wow, we're all building this together. And you feel, again, happy. You feel this fulfillment to say, I'm not alone. And it's when you don't feel alone where you feel empowered. That's where the community and that connection piece of fulfillment comes into play. And then you get into, really, with that, you can create this personal development or this growth.
Yeah, I mean, personal development is a huge thing for me. And as we're going through this, you're probably saying, yep, I get that. That's definitely something that's near and dear to my heart. And personal development is a big thing for me, and I think for Anthony as well. Making sure that you're continuously growing, you're continuously learning new things. If you're not growing, you're dying. take that one from you.
But, hey, take it, roll with it.
But you need to make sure that you're always working on personal development, spending time with yourself and connecting with yourself is part of personal development, and just making sure you're always growing in your career, in your life.
I mean, here's a nice quick little pro tip bonus style right here. The bigger personal development you have, right? The more growth you create for yourself, learning a new language, learning a new skill, you become a bigger asset to your family, your community, maybe even your job. So don't necessarily always look at like what your job can give to you. Look at what you can give to your job. And people sit there and go, what can I do to get a raise? What can I do to, become a bigger asset? Well, all you have to do, maybe put a smile on when other people don't, right? Look at something that you can learn to become a bigger asset to your community. And when you do that, all of a sudden, you become a more important, powerful, stronger, happier person.
Right. And, I just thought of this, the personal development piece could be experiences, going somewhere and doing something new, so that when you're having a conversation with someone one day and they're like, oh, have you ever been to Italy? And you have this huge knowledge base on Italy because you've been there. So new experiences also enhance your personal development and makes you more knowledgeable.
You've been to Italy?
Multiple times.
Do tell me, because I've actually never been to Italy, so I'd love to learn.
Exactly.
And again, that's it, is experiences. Not to harp on it, but I love that example because, I mean, when you have children, I mean, we work with my little guy, the experiences that we've had together and stuff that I've never had that Lindsay now expresses to my little guy is really what helps him grow.
Yeah.
And so your experiences can help other people grow and learn and be able to do more things. And so that's kind of where personal development is you can never get enough personal development. And they say every dollar spent in personal development is $10 earned. And it's a really good example where if you can learn something, right, you're going to get 10 times the amount of that. And that's something that is very powerful. In addition to personal development, it's also the gratitude, right? The giving, the more knowledge you have, the more knowledge you can give back. And we talked about this last night. It's like you want to have as much experience and as much opportunity to give back your knowledge and give back your experiences and everything that you can, because it's the gratitude of saying thank you. Like, we thank our members all the time. And if we don't, we thank everyone that helps us outgrow. And that just gives us that feeling of fulfillment to say, what can I do more to my community? What can I do more for myself to not let them down and to let us grow and let us build continuously, right? So it works.
So that is our 4x6, the 4 R's and then the 6 human needs of fulfillment. So when we refer to the 4x6, that's what we talk about in our 28-day book.
Yeah. And we're going to fuse them all together for 28 days with your fitness, fuel, and life. And through that blending of it all is results, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what we're excited to kind of bring next week as we pull all of the videos together, pull all of the workbooks. And I'll tell you, it's a one-of-a-kind full package beyond just fitness, beyond just nutrition, but really working on that fitness, fuel, and life as a comprehensive program to get you the results that you want in 28 days, whatever they are, right? So we're excited to bring that to you. We've been working hard on it. We've got 2 elite coaches to help you out along the way. And if you have any questions on it, you can always reach out to us because it's going to launch and we're going to be ready for it, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for this beautiful coffee talk, talking about the 28 days and how you can challenge yourself every day for 28 days
and beyond
to make it the best year ever, the best month ever, and really the best life ever for you, your family, and your community. All right. So take care. Have a great one.
Bye, guys.
See ya.